We are going to bring up Mississippi, the tax forfeited lands in Mississippi. I'm going to go ahead, bring that down right here. And voila, there we go. All right, so I will say one of the things about Mississippi is that there are some rules that you'll have to overcome. An example is people that are outside of the state, there may be limitations to you on that, on buying and how much you can buy or things like that, or the amounts. But the thing is when they place a limitation like that, there are solutions. One could be opening up an LLC in the state, for instance. And so there are some states, there are some counties that do have rules. I think Missouri is another one where you have to like have a representative who has a business, or you have to have a in-state representative to be able to bid, if you are out of state. Things like that, that's actually great because it's a little bit of barrier to entry. And so there's a lot of people who won't overcome that. Same thing with this tax forfeited lands in Mississippi, but there are some really good deals. And so you can go ahead and you can click tax forfeited lands, and you've got inventory. Let's just go look at the inventory there. So it's very simple. You've got counties, different counties here. You can go ahead, you can click it, and then you can go ahead and click search. And so you've got the market value and what they're willing to accept on the property. You can show details. So last reported market value, 6 grand, taxes and fees owed $478.90. And so you're going to find some smoking deals in here, but a little bit more barrier to entry, but you can overcome that, which is great. And so we would want to go ahead, grab that parcel number, throw it into Regrid, or use AI, and the AI can go ahead as well and do that. But a lot of times you're going to be able to get stuff like 25% of market value or less. And so, 25 cents on the dollar is exceptional. I'm not too familiar with a lot of these counties. I did pick DeSoto because I've lived there before, actually, when I went to school in Memphis. Let's find a couple more. Let's find something that's got, okay, so 26 grand, taxes and fees owed 1,700. So something like that, you should be able to get at a pretty good discount. Let's see. Go ahead, take that parcel number, throw it into Regrid, see what we're looking at here. 4629 Wedge Hill. Oh, you know what? So this is kind of what you're looking for when you're looking for pieces of land that are county held and over the counter. So this is next to a property, and let's see what this house is worth. This house does have another house right next to it, and if you got this, for 25 cents on the dollar, you may be able to go ahead and sell it to the owner there and do seller financing, which is a great way to increase your profit. Okay, yeah. So I mean, if the house is, if we're north of 400 grand and you're able to get this whole lot here next door, for a few $1,000s, this is looking like something that would be worth the time, that could be profitable. You could go ahead and you could finance it to them, for $500 a month for 2 years, or $750 a month, or they could do some cash down, or they could just outright buy it from you. But yeah, so not everybody knows about this tax forfeited inventory website. And sometimes it can be challenging to deal with the county, but that's where you just got to go ahead, be very thorough with the rules, know what you can and can't do, and then just stay on top of them. And just a quick tip: a lot of times, investors or people in this space, they may only resort to phone calls. And so, if you call the county and they say, okay, yeah, we're working on it, but that's what they said 2 weeks ago or 2 months ago. Writing letters, certified mail, keeping track of everything, getting stuff in writing is how you can really move things along and push things forward, escalate to someone higher up the chain of command, and actually get things moving quickly. Because sometimes, yeah, they will just drag their feet if the most that you're doing is calling them to check up. They just say, yeah, we're working on it. Hang up. They say, we'll do this in 2 weeks. And so that's where you've got to be able to be a bit more persuasive. And that's where the certified mail and writing out letters, escalating things can actually get things done quicker, and then get a good deal in your hands so that you can make some profit. But yeah, that is number 5. And that's a great example, the one that we saw today. A couple $1,000, piece of land next to a house, about 450 grand. Could be a really good deal. Looks like a really good deal. Looks fantastic to me. Yeah, so I think we found a couple really good deals today with county held stuff that could be very valuable.
Beauty.